So we all heard about DoorDash. Yeah, it's flexible, it's easy, you can make extra cash. But for the people that don't do DoorDash and inquiring about doing DoorDash, you haven't heard about the unexpected financial expenses like gas prices, wear and tear on your vehicle, the emotional toll that DoorDash can put on you. DoorDash might not be all it's cracked up to be. But today I'm breaking down the real truths about gig work and what they don't tell you. Hi y'all, I'm James Zetta, just call me Jamie. And if you are new to this channel, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 17. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the hidden costs of DoorDash and what no one tells you. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and join the community so you don't miss another video. So let's talk about the financial costs when it comes to DoorDash. And we're going to start with gas prices. So if you are driving 50 miles to the gas pump, that stuff starts to add up. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to drop off an order. Then you got to turn around and drive an extra 50 miles back. So that's a total of 100. So you have to think about the gas that you have to put in your vehicle and the cost of it depending on where you live at. That stuff is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. And you have to subtract that from your earnings or whatever you make. So say if you live in an area like Atlanta, gas prices anywhere from probably like over $3. So in the $3 range compared to somebody who live in Cali, and that gas prices probably can range anywhere from over 5 to, I'm gonna just throw a number out there, 7. All right. And you driving 50 miles. You do the math. I want you to do the math because that stuff starts to add up. Gas out here out alone is not cheap at all. Not back in the day when we knew it was cheap. No, today gas prices are high. They are continuing to rise up and down. So you have to subtract that from your earnings. And then there's car maintenance. So every mile you drive comes at a cost. So imagine when it's time to get car maintenance, you have to subtract that from your earnings too. So you already got the gas that you need to put in your vehicle to fill that vehicle up, right? Now add car maintenance onto that, depending on the type of vehicle that you are driving and how much the maintenance usually costs. So if you need to change out your tires because you got a nail in your tire, or you got a flat tire, or if you need a tune-up on your vehicle, or if you need an oil change, all that plays into effect. All that costs. It's not cheap. So you have to add that together and think about that when it comes to doing DoorDash or any other type of gig work that you're doing. And then you have taxes, what nobody talks about. All right. So you are a 1099 employee. All right. For those of you who don't know what a 1099 employee is, taxes don't come out your check. So depending on how much you dash and how much you make, you need to be subtracting that from your earnings. You need to be subtracting that from your earnings. So if you are not subtracting that from your earnings, you will be taking a hit at the end of the year. So that's what that is. A 1099 employee is taxes, and that adds up. So what that means is if you have not been setting taxes to the side, for those of you who don't know, if you have not been setting taxes to the side, you might be held with a big bill at the end of the year. Now we're going to get into what nobody usually talks about, and that's the physical toll that DoorDash puts on you. Now, before I get into that, I quit DoorDash a month ago, but now I started to, because I was doing it every day, but I started to ease myself back into it, but not doing it every day. I'm doing it on my time. So I can't talk about this. Let's talk about the physical toll that it puts on your body. So you're sitting in your car every day. You're driving sometimes 10, 11, 12, 14 hours a day. That puts a physical toll on your body. You might be getting up and back and forth out your car to go drop the order off in front of the customer house. But that's still a physical toll that it puts on your body. Because you're sitting in a car, you got to think about back pain, legs getting stiff, even being tired if you have not had the proper rest the night before. So imagine what I was doing before, because I was killing myself. Sometimes dashing starting the day before and then dashing till the next morning. So that's putting a toll on my body mentally and physically. And then there's your healthy habits. You thinking that, and a lot of people I know do this, they'll dash and you feel like you have to eat out all of the time instead of you bringing your food, and that adds up, like that gaining weight, and or you not eating healthy meals because you eating stuff like McDonald's, Burger King, fried chicken, not eating healthy meals. That puts a toll on your body and your mental health. Your health can take a big hit when it comes to that. Because before you know it, you've been not gained 20, 30, 40 pounds. And you like, where all this weight come from? That's because your big ass down sit there and you dashing and you not eating healthy. So, of course, you've gained all that weight. Let's not talk about the emotional and mental costs when it comes to doing gig work, DoorDash, getting burnt out. Oh my God, that was me a month or two ago, getting burnt out. I got to the point, y'all, when I was doing DoorDash so much. DoorDash became my full-time job. I was doing DoorDash Monday through Saturday. I rarely had a break. And when you're doing DoorDash like that, you can get burned out fairly quickly when it comes to doing DoorDash or any type of other gig work. Because all your time is in doing that DoorDash, that gig work, that to you're not really having time for yourself to really think clearly or to spend time with family and friends, because all your time is consumed with DoorDash or let's say any other gig work that you're doing. So you can get burnt out fairly quickly. Then dealing with rude customers. And see, them customers, and they always say the customer is right. Customer is important, but I don't have the patience for no rude customers. I'm gonna tell you that. Respect is, I was always taught respect is due to a dog. It's about how you talk to people. And I'm the type of person, you talk to me rude, I'm gonna get back rude with you, because why are you talking to me like that? That's what I wanna know. Why are you talking to me like that? And I'm giving you the utmost respect. So dealing with rude customers, then you got your slow days, wherein they'll say in the app that, oh, it's busy in the area, but come to find out it's slow as hell, really slow. And me sitting there and it being slow, I'm not making no money. Or the constant notification, and that stuff really starts to get overwhelming and you can get burnt out fairly quickly. And then you got the inconsistency part of it. Not knowing inconsistency. Days are great. Some days are good. Some days are great. Some days are bad. So it's the inconsistency part of it, and you never know what to expect. And it just makes you wonder, is DoorDash, is it really worth it? Is it worth it? Yeah, it's a good side hustle for some extra money, because that's why they say it's a side hustle. But some people make DoorDash their full-time job, and it just makes you burnt out, overwhelmed. It's just all exhausting. It is really exhausting. I want to talk about, is DoorDash really worth it? Is it worth it? So when I say is DoorDash worth it, it might be worth it to some people, because I have a love-hate relationship with DoorDash. So it's good for some people if you want to make some extra money. Very good for some people if you want to make some extra money. Then you got to think about the flexibility of it. You're working on your own time. It just fitting into your schedule. So it's worth it for some people, but it's not worth it for everybody. So tips I would give any DoorDash driver, or I wouldn't necessarily give DoorDash driver, but anyone who may be interested in getting into doing DoorDash or any other gig app, just only drive during peak hours when it comes to maximizing your earnings. Drive during lunch and dinner hours if you want good earnings, to maximize your earnings. You get what I'm saying? So only driving during peak hours. The next thing I would recommend is definitely track your mileage for tax purposes, because you can get a tax deduction on that. They have different apps out there, and I don't know all of them because I don't get at me. I ain't using none, which I should be using some. I should be using some, but they have apps out there to track your mileage. So use the download some of them apps to track your mileage, because you can put that towards your taxes and get a tax deduction. And then just set weekly goals to not overwork yourself and get burnt out. If you have a goal to work maybe 5 hours a day, 2 or 3 times a week, I think that's a good goal. Just set realistic goals and then adhere to those goals. You got to do what's best for you in your life. Don't overdo it if you can't. Do not get burnt out dealing with doing these gig apps. Don't let yourself fall into no depression or get burnt out doing these gig apps, because it can happen. At the end of the day, DoorDash can work for you now. It can work for you in any type of other gig app. But that's only if you're aware of the hidden costs and plan ahead. Definitely plan ahead. Whether it's gas, maintenance, or the toll on your health, knowing what to expect will set you up for success. What do you think? Have you experienced any of these hidden costs with DoorDash or any other gig work? I'd like to hear from you. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on for more content like this. And if you enjoyed this content, let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.